Textile Design, a Transdisciplinary Approach in Higher Education in Portugal, by Sonia Seixas, Johnny Montagna, and Maria João Felix from Portugal, with special acknowledgement to FCT, CIAUD, and Lisbon School of Architecture from Universidade de Lisboa. The purpose of this paper is to reflect on the importance of a transdisciplinary approach in the creation of textile products. Textiles have a close relationship with humans. Since we were born, one of our first contacts with the world is a textile product that creates a very close relationship with us, often close to our body. It is part of our DNA. The textile and clothing industry is an important part of the industrial landscape worldwide, but it is also considered one of the most polluting industries. There is an urgent need to reflect and improve the industrial production processes in favor of the sustainability of the planet and therefore of human being, by implementing more sustainable practices for this industry. Textile designers can play a key role in building a new strategy by incorporating circular economy concerns into the creative process and promoting a new mindset and attitude throughout the value chain. The choice of raw materials and processes determines the environmental and economic impact of textile products on the product life cycle, from durability, repairability, reusability, biodegradability, and recycling. Given the urgency of today's environmental, economic, cultural, ethical, and social challenges, it is time to reflect on the mission of design practice. It is also important to rethink the pedagogy to meet these challenges by training designers with sustainability, circular economy, and society skills, with a vision and systemic thinking to become active members of a circular economy and weaving a textile ecosystem of the future. Interdisciplinarity and transdisciplinarity between design and the various adjacent fields of knowledge should be part of the strategies of textile design university programs during academic training. Considering design activity as the search for solutions to complex problems and finding different solutions that adapt to different contexts, this requires designers to adopt a multiple and collaborative approach of transdisciplinary thinking with critical analysis. In a world where environmental, economic, social, and cultural concerns are critical to the survival of the planet, design can intervene in changing social behaviors by directing its practices not only on appearance, but also on the interaction of objects with the user and society. Transdisciplinarity goes beyond disciplines. It is holistic work that seeks solutions to real-world problems. It complements interdisciplinarity, which combines the generation of knowledge with established disciplines. Transdisciplinarity seeks to connect with the real world. Transdisciplinary mindset should be encouraged to help solve current complex problems, such as the pressing issues of survival of the planet and of the human being, considering environmental, economic, social, ethical, and cultural impacts. The role of the designer in finding solutions to complex problems is not a simple process. He must work collaboratively and adopt a multi, inter, and transdisciplinary mindset. New challenges are coming and design education must adapt to this new paradigm. Education in the 21st century is in a process of transition, and it is essential to incorporate pedagogical practices that address different areas of knowledge, integrate transversal themes, and present transdisciplinarity as a possible path that can connect the different areas of knowledge. These should be integrated into design teaching, serving as facilitators of the creative process to solve complex problems. In this new paradigm, in the urgent search for solutions to complex real-world problems such as sustainability and circular economy, a transdisciplinarity approach may be an appropriate strategy. Problems of this nature cannot be solved with the knowledge of only a single discipline, but require knowledge from multiple disciplines and a sharing and interpretation of concepts. Transdisciplinary mindset and attitude aim to understand the complexity of the universe, the relationships between subjects with themselves and with the objects that surround them, and to recover the sense of the human being's relationship with the world. In Portugal, higher education for textile and fashion design at the undergraduate degree level includes 6 proposals, 4 of which are public and 2 private. Analyzing the curriculums, we found that all institutions include practical learning curricular units, using different strategies to develop the creative process, promoting autonomy, experimentation, teamwork, and interdisciplinarity. However, transdisciplinary thinking is not addressed in any institution, which does not mean it is not addressed, but is an optional view of the professors who teach these curricular units. Additionally, it was noted that none of the offers focused on textile design, which leads us to reflect on the importance of creating an undergraduate course in textile design in Portugal that would allow the preparation of professionals in this field. The online questionnaire survey conducted among the students received 104 responses. It can be concluded that students are less satisfied with the knowledge they have acquired in the more theoretical disciplines such as philosophy, history, sociology, as well as marketing and management, as they feel that they are not acquiring enough knowledge for their professional careers. We believe that introducing a transdisciplinary approach to higher education in textile design with projects worked on in teams with different backgrounds such as fashion design, textile design, product design, materials engineering, marketing, among others, would help to solve the problem identified so that students feel better prepared for the professional world and can respond to the challenges of the sector. The textile industry is facing major challenges in restructuring its production processes to minimize energy and water consumption, and looking for solutions for use and reintegration into the production cycle to minimize potential waste. Textile designers play a key role in the creative process and need to look for more sustainable solutions, from the selection of fiber and their respective processing to the use of the product until its end of life, considering its disassembly or a second life. For their part, the academia needs to teach these skills to textile design students. A systemic shift at the technical level and in the way of thinking. Transdisciplinary mindset where knowledge is transformed, rethought, recombined and new knowledge is built in close collaboration and feedback loops with industry. Transdisciplinary approaches combined with multi- and interdisciplinary strategies are a way to meet the needs of the manufacturing industry, and in particular the textile industry, by seeking solutions in collaboration between design and the various adjacent fields of knowledge, sharing ideas, opinions, and thoughts to connect to the real world. A textile design curricula designed from scratch, in view of the fact that there is no Planet B, based on a transdisciplinary collaboration with existing training offers and industry, offers a new boost to academia, to the textile sector, and probably to future designers. As a future study, we intend to continue this analysis to understand how a transdisciplinary mindset can be fostered in textile designers and how to approach this pedagogically in higher education for textile design. Thank you.